What's up, Voidlets? It's me, your girl, Nat. And joining me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Katie.
Voidlets.
And today, my friends, you are listening to Wading into the Void.
Yeah, you are.
Voidlets can be attributed to Dylan. He said it today, and I thought it was hilarious, so I added it to my intro.
Voidlets.
Yes.
That's a new
But
one.
today is a bit of a sad day, y'all. Today marks the last episode of our long-running miniseries, Cryptids Across the U.S.
Oh no!
Womp womp.
So
It's
sad.
okay. Go ahead and cry. It's so sad. Wah, wah. This is what I've written for my intro. I'm not even joking.
I just have that one song that's like, lonely, I'm so lonely.
We don't have enough money for the rights for that.
But it's just like
Okay.
playing.
Yeah. So, do we want to go to the tarot first before I tell you the states we're covering?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have some really cool decks coming up within the next couple episodes of the podcast. I just recently bought 4 new decks. 2 tarot, 2 oracle. And they are so fucking cool.
They're pretty dope.
So the oracle deck for today is the Mausolea Oracle of Souls, which is illustrated by Jason Engel, text by Rabbit Stoddard, and additional writing by Jason Engel. Interesting.
I am
Rabbit Stoddard.
hung up on that name, okay? Rabbit.
I was gonna joke around and tell you that a bunny wrote this.
If only it was
Before.
Easter.
True. Speaking of bunnies, y'all should read the manga and watch the anime Beastars.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining. Just inhale that with your brain, okay?
All right.
So, the oracle card for today is Set, the Prince of Avarice. Boom! Look at that, Katie.
Oh, he pretty neat. Okay. Okay.
He's just like a duskwalker.
He kind of is. It's a little freaky.
A little sexy.
Oh
No, I'm
my
just kidding.
god.
Anyways.
Natalie's gonna have a
Exile-
god pop up in her home later. He's like, you summoned.
As long as it's not a fucking swan. Because I hate Zeus.
I was just like, I would hate a swan too. Not necessarily
Well,
because
yeah.
it's Zeus, but if a random bird popped up in my home, I think I'd probably go into cardiac arrest. So,
Oh my god. Okay, so Set.
set.
Exiled and isolated, Set plots with outsiders and demons for the overthrow of Duat. And to undermine the other gods that dwell there. Concerned for nothing and no one but his own ambitions, he cannot see that his present state of solitary punishment has been brought about by himself and his jealousy. He desires rulership of the realm, even if he must destroy it and all that it represents to obtain it. He has not considered what he will do once he is ruler of an empty, featureless, demon-ridden waste. Set warns us of the dangers of unbridled ambition and self-absorption. The domains of Set are short-sightedness, not ciderness. I drank too many ciders this weekend. Ambition and narcissism.
Huh.
So just think about that a little
I
bit.
feel like that ambition could be coming for your girl.
Katie did pull these cards today, so these are like kind of for her.
I feel like it's Capricorn energy, okay? Like, a Capricorn is always, like, ambition. Keep going forward. So, that one's totally at me.
And Anyways,
Capricorn. Am I right?
True. Capricorns are unique little creatures.
It's interesting when it's a relationship between two of them.
Oh yeah, because you and Elijah are Capricorns.
Yeah.
You guys are both fucking stubborn as shit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a bit of butting heads, but, you know, the goals are pretty much oriented the same way, so it kind of works out.
Yeah. You're both ambitious people. But really fucking hard-headed.
I don't
really
know what
hard-headed.
you're talking about.
Okay, so let's move on to our tarot. And today we have this beautiful deck that is just filling my heart with joy. So much so that I bought this giant hardcover book about the tarot deck. And this artist and writer's lifelong journey to create these cards. It's fucking amazing. We are delving into The Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valenza.
Hello, Patrick Valenza.
Your artwork is fucking stunning, my friend.
Yes. I just want to throw it out really quickly there. Like, this book is the size of your average coffee table book. So, like, everyone imagine, like, right, you have, like, Vogue books or National Geographic books or something on your coffee table. Nat's is this tarot book, and mine is 101, of the world's most haunted places. So.
Yeah, so imagine that, but it's 339 pages in hardcover.
Yes! I love it.
So amazing. And this card that we got is also very amazing. It is the Six of Wands. Look at this guy.
That's
so
so cool. It's like a little yin yang, but you know it's not, and I like it. I like it a lot.
And I love that each drawing is very fantastical while also being a little medieval, while also having a little bit of like clown type of look to it.
I really like that the wands are literally just fucking sticks.
And I feel like that's how a lot of tarot decks are, how wands just kind of end up being sticks. Or they change wands to quite literally sticks in the deck. But
we're talking literal tree branches here, though. Like,
love it. So we got the upright meaning.
Who are we?
So I know. I gotta read a little bit of this though, because he does not hold back. He does not hold back. Each card has about 2 or 3 pages. One page have 1 to 2 pages being the actual description of the cards. And then he usually talks about why he decided to make the card the way it is, or previous renditions of the card. Like this card, he originally drew in like 2007.
Wow.
And it looks like, look at this.
Oh, that is
Different.
So different, but still
kinda
similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he had these ideas and just added to it, and I just think it's so fucking cool.
I like that he's
This
showing
deck.
you like the editorial process of his work. That's fun.
And like he even has pictures from when he was like 7 or 8 years old that he like built upon. It's crazy.
I want to see it. That's just like a
I'd have
stick
to find
figure,
a
like.
page, but no, he was a good artist as a child.
We love it. Last episode, we were
anyways.
talking about me not being fucking Picasso at age 7. This guy, though, he's like, no, I am Picasso.
I am. So yeah. So the Six of Wands illustrates the glorious results of education and personal development. You will reap great rewards once you enlighten your mind and modify your old philosophies. Through disciplined effort, You will learn valuable skills that can advance your station in life. Expect to have a breakthrough or revelation. Expect to have a breakthrough. Okay.
Love it.
Expect to have a breakthrough or revelation so profound that you can never go back to being the way you were before. Others will admire your success story and consider your drastic transformation as nothing short of a miracle. The triumph 6 of Wands may also represent the ascent of a hero, a celebrity, or someone of noteworthy status. Many will idolize this person's legendary deeds. Through hard work and dedication, you too might attain widespread fame and finally get the credit you deserve. As your popularity soars, you must remember to remain grateful to your loyal supporters. Be sure to acknowledge them more than they acknowledge you. Boom.
That is... We manifesting.
We manifesting. But yeah, this book and deck are awesome. I got the borderless edition of the deck just so that I could have bigger pictures because I'm blind as fuck. But,
no, that deck is really cool.
This deck is super cool. And of course, I have the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck.
Of course you do.
3 of Swords haunts me and Wit forever.
I don't know what mine is.
But
I get a lot of cups.
Cups are good. Swords are bad.
I know, but, like, everything I pull myself, like, all the time feels like it's always a cup. Which I'm like, this is cool, but, like, anything new?
But yeah, these decks that I bought are awesome. I also bought 2 other decks that I will not disclose what they are because they will be coming up very soon in the next episodes at some point.
Yes. I was gonna tell you, go look at our stories for a hint, but by the time you're listening to this, that ain't gonna matter. You're not gonna know.
That's true.
That's gonna be bye-bye. Okay.
But I did post it on the story. You could see a glimpse of what I got. And yeah.
We love it. All right, I'm so ready. But I'm not, because, like, I don't want it to be over, but I want to know the rest. You know what I mean? This is like when you send your kid off to college.
Bro, I was having a hard time with this. Because I was like, I don't want it to end, but we are ending the U.S. So, I have 7 states. But I have 2 honorable mentions.
Nice.
On top of those.
All right,
towards the end. So.
Can we pull a Matthew McConaughey? All right. Ugh, I love that man.
For the last episode of U.S. Cryptids, we will be discussing cryptids from the following states, motherfuckers. Alaska, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and 2 honorable mentions. Okay. So prepare your fucking ass cheeks, my friends.
What do you have against
Because we're about to blast off into our last episode.
What do you have against California?
I just hate California. We've already talked about this.
That is true, but nothing
we hate California
will ever
and Maryland.
Maryland,
we hate you. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Nope. Not into it.
Oh, God. We need a look back episode where we talk about the worst cryptids.
Ooh, that would be fun. I also just got the idea if we should, like, put a reel together where we're compiling all of the moments that we shit talk the state of Maryland.
Or the main specter moose.
The specter goose would have been cooler,
If it was a goose! If it was a goose, it would have been 10 times better.
And that's coming from me.
Yeah, the person who hates birds.
If there was a specter goose. That's all I'm saying.
I would fucking love that. That would be so funny. Okay.
Okay, what do we got first?
Let's get these fucking... Okay, I'm gonna just say this to start. The regular states are disappointing, so I added the honorable mentions.
So we are ending on the lowest fucking note possible.
No, the honorable mentions... I made sure the honorable mentions were really interesting.
Okay. Are we gonna rate this on a scale of Mothman?
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready.
So, we are starting with Alaska.
All right.
The Tizaruk. The Tizaruk?
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It is, quote-unquote, the Loch Ness Monster of Alaska. It is another fucking water creature serpent thing.
I hope you understand my lack of response is just disappointment.
But apparently, the Tizaruk is like a species of cryptid.
Oh.
But the specific one that has been caught on video is named Caddy, the Tizaruk. And, yeah. I was just telling Dylan about this. All serpent creatures, cryptids, Caddy, Nessie, Lessie, fucking Chappie, fucking Champy, fucking... Like, what? Why are they all E's?
So the kids can pronounce them.
Anyways, that was just something that I kind of thought of and was like, why? But Caddy was specifically taken in a video in 2009, shot by a couple fishermen who apparently was considered lucky not to be snatched from the deck by the notoriously snappy sea creature. So apparently he snatches people from docks and piers and is said to be a giant sea serpent 15 feet long with a flipper at the end.
You know, I will admit he does get some extra points for the snatching. I do like that. And I like the picture that they included. Like, he really just looks like an eel. Yeah.
With, like, even worse teeth.
But
and a dragon-shaped head.
Yeah, I kind of like the artistic rendering of this one a little bit more than the others.
I do.
So.
It kind of reminds me of the Chinese-style dragons.
Yes. Like for like Lunar New Year and stuff, like when they have
Yes,
no, I
do
see
like
that.
I enjoy that. So honestly, I would say for the story of it snatching people and the way that it looks in this picture, I would give it a 5 out of 10.
Ooh, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
4 out of 10, Mothman. Thank you.
It's not very creative, so I would have to say, yeah, 4 makes more sense.
And that is
it's
literally
pretty average.
just for the snatching.
Yeah.
And
literally
the rendering.
just for the... Now,
the rest of it can go to pot. You've never heard that?
Weed?
No. It's like the southern say of that can go to shit. It can go to pot.
Like a chamber pot?
Yeah, like the John. They can go to pot.
See, it was 420 last week, so...
They were talking about it at my work, which is a bank, a financial institution. They were like, do you think people are going around toking it up today because it's 420? And I'm just like...
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Who called out today?
Did people actually call out?
I'm sure somebody probably did.
Oh my
Somewhere,
God.
or they took the day off.
Crazy.
Just because you go into the corporate world doesn't mean everything goes away and find an ending.
It's true. That's true. So now let's move on to Arizona, where we get another fucking disappointment.
You know, in the state of Arizona could have so much potential.
I know!
'Cause, like...
They could have had so much so many different things. And if you are from Arizona and you know of a better cryptid, please let us know, because I am mad at this one.
Okay, I'm trying not to get immediately disappointed.
And it is the Mogollon monster. This apparently, quote unquote, Hirsa boogeyman.
This does not live in Arizona.
That's what I'm saying! This is so stupid. But its original existence is traceable to indigenous legends. So some say he's an exiled chief. Others say that he's a man who stole another chief's bride and was transformed by the local medicine man as a punishment.
I'm just saying, I don't think indigenous people are doing that, okay?
So the legend, let me see if there's...
Because, like, please correct me if I am mistaken, but I'm pretty sure in some indigenous tribes, especially in that area, chiefs took multiple wives.
I don't know.
Just saying.
But every single picture that I look up of the Mogollon monster is fucking Bigfoot.
What? It's white. Why would it be white in the fucking desert?
Okay. They are described as bipedal, normally covered with long black or reddish brown hair, but for some reason they drew it white.
Why do they keep doing this?
I don't know. They keep doing this. There's always something different.
That is
like they didn't actually read the description.
They literally
and they were like, Bigfoot, Yeti.
They whitewashed this version of Bigfoot. They did.
Yeah, it's so bad.
They literally said it is typically described as having long black or reddish brown hair. And then they were like, let's make it white. 'Cause...
Yeah. So he stands at 7 feet tall, classic Bigfoot,
yes.
Has huge red eyes, and gives off a terrible stink.
Okay, he doesn't even have red eyes in the picture either.
Nope. And I remember this specifically for a different cryptid that I was like, it's supposed to have orange eyes, and it had like green eyes, and
that was
I
one
was
of those
pissed
sea
about
creatures.
No, I know exactly what one it is, but I'm not gonna tell you because
I'll
bring it up later.
All I know is I'm disappointed.
Me too. And now we go to California.
We didn't rate it.
Oh yeah. 2.
1.
So like 1.5 Mothman.
Yes, 1.5 Mothman. You get his wing, and that's it.
Yeah. Not even. You get his fucking foot or some shit. Unless you like feet, then you get his wing.
Yeah. And maybe an antenna.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so now we go to California. And this one's interesting.
I just love that you have titled everything with California, parentheses, vomit. If this isn't the most East Coast versus West Coast bullshit.
East Coast!
It's like that one Bring It On movie. What is it? Number 3, where they're like, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast.
Oh my god. So, in California, we have the Dark Watchers. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not immediately disappointed.
The native Chumash tribe of California's Central Coast has been around for thousands of years.
Oh my god.
And they call the Dark Watchers the quote-unquote old ones.
Did they literally just take an indigenous tribe and say that they were the fucking cryptid of California?
What?
The native Chumash tribe of California's Central Coast has been around for 7,000 years.
No, they call the Dark Watchers the Old Ones. No.
I took it the wrong way.
They did not call these people cryptids. Oh my god.
That's why I was so mad immediately. I was like, they did not do that.
No, I would not have included that if that's what it said. If they called a group of people cryptids, I would have been like, what?
Unless they're from Maryland, then it's okay.
So the faces of these so-called Dark Watchers, or the Old Ones, have never been seen, and they never make a sound. Witnesses describe dark silhouettes up to 15 feet tall, lurking against the sky.
Okay.
Often with flowing cloaks, wide-brim hats, or walking sticks. So
this is Slender
when
Man.
when I think of these, let me just tell you, I do think of Slender Man, but I also think of, like, shadow people, but I also think of, like, Clancy from, hang on.
I also think of Nosferatu.
You can't even... Nosferatu?
I do it every time.
Nosferatu. No, I think of Clancy Gilroy from the Midnight Gospel Show.
Please send picture.
Okay, hang on.
Casually shows my unculturedness.
Nosferatu.
Don't hate on me, okay?
Here's an okay picture.
What was it? I used to think that croissants were called something else. Croissants.
Wow.
I used to think they were called croissants. Oh, that's kind of adorable.
Yeah.
Little pink man.
Yeah, it's cute. You should watch the show. It's really fucked up.
I'm like, it's cute. You should watch it. It's really fucked up.
No, I loved it. So it's basically this guy has a podcast, and he's interviewing people, and they animate it like,
oh, that's fun.
You're on fucking acid.
Oh, okay.
It's so cool. There's some really sad episodes, some really, like, fucked up episodes. I highly recommend it. Like, smoke some weed and watch this show. Your mind will be fucking blown.
On a different note, I have a podcast to recommend as well.
Wading into the Void.
I mean, yes, always. But this one... Okay, I found the podcast I want to recommend.
Wading into the Void.
No, this is completely different. This is a podcast that covers a, not necessarily a cold case, but kind of a cold case. It is called the Your Own Backyard Podcast, and it covers the disappearance of Kristen Smart.
Oh, actually, I've heard of this.
It is so good. I am fully caught up, and I'm just waiting to get that last episode. But
really,
I don't want to give anything away, because if people haven't listened to it. But it's a documentary style podcast.
Wait, so it's almost done?
It is almost done.
How many episodes is it?
20. Well, you
they
see...
don't title their episodes by number?
Okay, so I'll break it down a little bit here. Episodes 1 through 10 are titled because it is this man actually doing, like, detective and journalism work, going through, meeting with people that he had, like, some connection to the disappearance of Kristen Smart, who is a Cal Poly student who went missing in 1996. And for a very long time, her case was cold. But now, they are actually on trial for murder. So,
whoa,
he has been granted permission to sit in on this case for purposes of the podcast. So, he has been reporting the outcomes of each day's, like, day in court.
Whoa, that's cool.
So it's very exciting.
Is he legally allowed to do that?
He is, as long as he doesn't record it within the confines of the court. He has to take physical handwritten notes. They're not allowed to use electronic devices of any kind.
That's so interesting.
It's really good.
So everyone should go check out this podcast, and maybe I will too.
It is very, very well done. And the last episode came out on October 17th last year. But he just did a teaser that says the conclusion of People versus, I'm not going to say the name because I want you to go listen to the podcast. And that was on March 20th. So basically we're just waiting for the final verdict in the case at this point. So it is a very well done documentary style podcast. And it is so worth the listen. So go listen to it.
Okay. Now, after that brief break from Katie Recommends a Podcast, we are going back into our U.S. cryptids.
Yes. Are we done with California?
Yes.
I think there's so much potential behind this, so I'm gonna give it, like, a 5.
Are you kidding me?
No.
It deserves way higher than a 5.
Well, there's no, substance to it.
Yeah, but it's still creepy to think about.
You can agree to disagree. It's totally fine.
I would say this is more of like a 7 or 8 in my books.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm giving it a 5.
Because sometimes things don't need a lot of...
So you're relying solely on the creep factor for this one.
Yeah.
I see.
Like, just imagine you're walking outside, enjoying the night sky, and you see these giant fucking shadow creatures with cloaks, wide brim hats, walking sticks, looking like fucking freaky, goofy, wizards.
I'll probably just throw up a deuces sign, go back inside and light some sage. Hope for the best.
I also... Okay, so these kind of remind me of Aliens a little bit. And now that I've thought about it, I have to bring us back into another tangent.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie Nope?
Nope. I haven't.
It is a Jordan Peele movie.
Okay.
Horror movie. And it's about aliens. It's an alien movie. However, it is so unlike any alien movie I have ever seen.
Okay.
And I don't want to tell you anything about it. Go watch the movie.
Okay. I will go watch the movie, I promise.
Because I don't know how many times I've said this on the podcast, if I've, like, openly said it, but I hate alien movies. They scare me so much. I cry every time I watch an alien movie. This is the only alien movie I've watched where I haven't cried and have been invested and interested the whole time. It is a great movie.
Okay. As we do this, the one thing I'm noticing is we keep coming back to reviewing and suggesting, and I'm like, we really need to start that second podcast.
I know. But, anyways,
one day.
I like throwing those things in. Someday, people can just get a little bit of an ear break.
Yeah, no, that's
from
that's
storytelling. So, let's move on to Hawaii.
Okay.
Which is actually fucking hilarious because I'm going to tell you this before I tell you about the cryptid.
Okay.
So don't read it yet.
I'm not looking.
Because I saw a comment on Instagram today, and it was on a reel of this big, like, thick, juicy, farmer-looking guy coming out of his giant truck shirtless.
Moto likes you.
And, like, I saw a comment on Instagram saying that men in Hawaii get out of their trucks looking like this cryptid. And I was like, I had no clue what that meant, what the word even meant until 20 minutes ago before we were set to record, and I was, like, dying laughing when I realized what this person was talking about.
All right. I'm ready.
So, appearing only at night to build roads, dams, and temples, the Menehune are purported to be Hawaii's own ancient aliens. They're not often seen by human eyes, and the rare reports describe these beings of about 2 feet tall, and some people have seen them as tiny as 6 inches tall. So small they could fit in the palm of your hand.
They're little Hawaiian gingerbread men.
This girl was basically saying, like, guys get out of their trucks looking like tiny little creatures because they drive too big of trucks and have little dick syndrome. Which I thought was fucking hilarious.
That is, like, the deepest roast you could give. That is amazing.
Yeah, that is the most Hawaiian roast I have ever heard.
I love it. I love it.
I absolutely love it.
9 out of 10 Mothman.
Whoever you are, I should have looked at their handle, but I kind of realized it after I read the comment and had exited Instagram when I was writing this, so you know who you are.
I hope
and
you
you're
listen
a fucking
to the podcast.
genius. Yeah. That's so fucking funny.
That is hilarious. I love it.
Now, let's go to another disappointing one. Well, actually, we have to rate this.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Agreed.
I love the artwork also.
I do love the artwork. They look like little, like, totem carved people.
All right.
Very cool.
I am ready for the next one.
This one's a disappointment. We're talking about Nevada Tahoe Tessie.
Viva Las Vegas!
Bro, this one's so fucking stupid. So stupid. Stop naming them Tessie, Essie, Nessie, Lessie, Babessie, Gagessie.
Is there even water in Nevada?
Isn't Lake Tahoe a thing?
Oh. I was thinking more like Las Vegas, like all the fountains. This guy's just like chilling.
So, apparently legends were originally told by the Washoe and Paiute tribes. I'm so sorry if I butchered those names.
I think you got that one right.
Perhaps. But others have speculated that rather than a monster, Tessie is a dinosaur, a plesiosaur, or a gigantic eel.
Okay.
So there's a ton of different things that could back up this cryptid, but it's not proven because I don't think they have any actual evidence, like normal.
Okay.
But legend has it that the Serpent Lake monster lived in a cave beneath the lake, Lake Tahoe.
Yes.
Sightings of this 80-foot-long serpent known as Tahoe Tessie continue to this day. So
I'm just saying, if this is an actual dinosaur because it's 80 feet long and they named it Tahoe Tessie,
I'd be pissed.
It's like in Twilight when Bella had her baby and she came out. You named my daughter after the Loch Ness monster!
Yeah.
You don't know Nessie like I do.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my god.
Edward, you have to stop her. She's doing just fine. I need to go watch it again.
Me too. I've been sending you way too many Twilight memes.
I will never grow tired.
Okay, so that one, 1 out of 10.
Yeah, agreed. 1 out of 10.
Lame as fuck.
I will give it 3 for my Twilight reference, and that's it.
That doesn't even have anything to do with the cryptid.
This scale is what I make it, okay?
Okay. So we'll give it a 2 in total. Okay, now we're moving on. And I mentioned this in another episode, but I didn't tell you what the cryptid was called.
Okay.
I just told you that it was a cousin to the Thunderbird.
Ooh, okay.
which I know Katie likes a thunderbird.
Which is odd, because I hate birds.
Here is another apparently dinosaur that refuses to stay extinct. But apparently it should have died out about 6 million years ago, and witnesses describe the Teratorn, or Teratorns, because apparently there's more than one.
Nice.
This is like a species or whatever, as having wings spanning at least 20 feet, having pink bald heads with all black bodies and feathers covering their enormous wings. So what I'm getting is like giant vulture.
Yeah. Kind of mixed with a little bit of bald eagle there if they got a pink bald head.
Well, bald eagles aren't bald. Vultures are, though.
That is true. But bald eagles are huge.
But vultures are bigger. Right?
I was just enlightened on how big a bald eagle can get. Like the last
Bald
week.
eagles are pretty big, but I'm pretty sure vultures
Hold
are
on,
bigger.
I shall look up.
Eagles apparently 3 times heavier, but it doesn't say how big.
The turkey vulture is smaller than both eagles. So the turkey vulture is small.
But that's a turkey vulture. What's the difference between a turkey vulture and a regular vulture?
Vulture versus eagle. Key differences explained as of January 24th this year.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So, I'm not even going to try. The scientific names. So, the vulture has an average of a 63 to 72 inch wingspan, and a bald eagle has an average 70 to 90 inch wingspan.
Look at this motherfucker.
Did you just send me something?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's huge!
It's huge! Do you know that it's
Anyways,
a federal crime to kill a bald eagle?
let me tell you guys a story. No, I'm
If
just
it's
kidding.
something that's going to incriminate you, don't.
No. I want to tell you a story. But it's not about a bald eagle. It's about a hawk. But it's pretty fucked up, so I can't really tell you. So let's move on. We did not shoot a hawk, no.
You ever shoot any
Basically,
turkeys?
no. But a hawk flew head on into my dad's side mirror and instantly died.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
And my dad pulled over and took the hawk.
I mean, at least he took it.
Yeah.
This is so fucking backroads country.
We didn't like eat it or anything like that. My dad just like showed it to us and was like, "Should we cut the feet off? Because that would be kind of cool." And I was like, I don't like that idea.
You're like, I mean, like, if you feel like you need to, but like, I don't know. Natalie and I both used to be like hunters and stuff.
Yeah.
I have shot
But I was like
2 turkeys.
So confused. My dad came home and was like, "Look at this! This flew into my truck!"
How fast
was
was he going?
He was on the highway.
It's not funny.
Going like,
but you know that bird didn't suffer. Because it was done.
How did it not get obliterated? That's my question. It was big, but like,
did your father's
still.
mirror stay intact? Because that's a lot to hit with a mirror.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know.
And your dad has a Tundra, right?
Yeah.
Endorsed.
Toyota Tundra!
Woo,
Made
woo,
strong, built strong.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
My dad also
But
used to have a
anyways.
Tundra. We got rid of it, though, because it was like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Good truck, though.
But yeah, let's go to our last
Hold
cryptid.
on, we have to rate the Teratorn.
8 out of 10. Pretty cool.
8 out of 10. Agree.
So let's go to our last state, and then we'll go to our honorable mentions so we don't leave this episode a little sad, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to Utah to talk about the Bear Lake Monster. This one's actually kind of cool.
It looks like a cool green shark.
It's interesting. But apparently the Bear Lake Monster craze really hit in 1868.
That is really specific, okay.
Yeah. And Joseph C. Rich, who they don't ever say who he is. He's just a dude, I guess. But he's quoted as saying, "Here's an excellent opportunity for some company to bust Barnum on a dicker for the monster if they can only catch one." Whatever the fuck that means.
I was just gonna say, what does bust Barnum on a dicker mean? Obviously, they mean, the Barnum Circus. But,
yeah.
What's a dicker? Is that, a profit?
I think that, I think they're gonna make a shit ton of money if they catch the creature.
I see. Okay.
Is what they're saying. But, unfortunately, nobody has ever managed to catch the Bear Lake Monster, so any potential prize money remains as insubstantial as the monster itself. Because there's no fucking evidence, per usual. But apparently the Bear Lake Monster is huge and looks a lot like a crocodile with some fins and a tail instead of legs.
Yeah.
And has a jaw similar to that of an extinct carnivorous aquatic lizard. So
okay.
I think this one's cooler than a lot of the other water serpent creatures.
Agreed.
Because this one looks nastier, looks like it could really fuck you up.
Yeah, it looks like it could do some damage.
If I saw this at Disney stealing little babies, I'd be more afraid of that than a crocodile.
Me too! What the fuck?
That was so fucked up. But
I'm pretty
anyways,
sure there aren't
true.
crocodiles in Disney. Can you imagine? There's
You
just
haven't heard the reports of kids getting snatched by crocodiles?
not within the Disney bubble.
Yeah. Look. Okay.
Send me an article. I'll have to tell Elijah we need to be on the lookout for some crocs.
Body of 2-year-old. Okay, it's an alligator, not a crocodile.
Was it in the Disney bubble? Or was it just
At Disney
in Florida?
World.
Okay.
No, Disney World.
They found the body of a 2-year-old inside of an alligator.
Let me see if he was found inside of the alligator.
Side note, this is tragic. We're not making light of this situation.
We are going to the honorable mentions. We're gonna
Did we
get
rate
rid of that
Utah?
whole part. Did we rate the Bear Lake Monster? No. Let's go.
5.
I would say this is about a 5. Yeah, it's good. It's interesting. Not amazing,
No.
but it's not bad. Now, moving on to our honorable mentions. We're going to Washington, D.C. I asked Katie earlier, did we cover Washington, D.C.? Because I don't fucking think we did. And she was like, nah.
I'm like, nah, I don't think we
And
did.
so technically, since Washington, D.C. isn't its own state, it is its own, place.
What does DC stand for?
District of Columbia? Yeah. Okay. So it's its own place. Whatever.
It's a magical little place where all the rich people go to govern our country.
Oh my god. So we are going to be talking about the demon cat
Yes!
in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So according to old congressional tales, a apparently haunted cat has long patrolled the basement of the U.S. Capitol.
Okay.
First appearing as a regular-sized tabby before growing massive in the face of its unlucky observer. So, this cat grows to an enormous size to scare its quote-unquote victims.
Cool.
And it was officially documented in the Congressional Record around the time of the Civil War, according to a 1935 Washington Post article.
Okay.
Which I don't know how true that is. That's just, like, all we had.
I mean, if it's around the time of the Civil War, there's a lot of death going on. So, like, that could have been a pipe dream.
So, George O. Gillingham, in the Post's 1935 story on quote-unquote ghastly apparitions, said this: "The eyes of this elephantine alley trooper are supposed to glow with all the hue and ferocity of the headlights of a fire engine entering one of Washington's notoriously dark alleys." So its eyes glow. Okay, George. That's all you had to say. But whatever. The writer in you needed to be extra as hell. So okay. So the demon cat has been reported in both the Capitol and the White House, and the tale is still passed around today, according to the U.S. Senate Historical Office. And I think that's fucking awesome. If I saw a giant ghost cat, I would be out of my damn mind. Like, yes, it's a fucking cat! Like, hell yeah.
I would love the ghost of, like, Abraham Lincoln to just be sitting there petting the ghost cat
Giant
on Capitol
cat.
Hill. That would make me happy.
Love it. 10 out of 10
out of 10
Mothmen.
Mothman.
10 out of 10. I feel like it needs a better name than Demon Cat. Like Alfrington.
Eduardo.
Alfington, Eduardo.
Ooh.
Anyways, let's go to our second honorable mention. We're going to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico!
Because it is like a territory of the United States. And I wanted to come back to this cryptid.
Do you know that Hawaii is technically not a state? But similar to Puerto Rico, it is a territory. And Native Hawaiians get pissed if you say it's a state.
Yeah, I know. That's why, yeah, whatever.
War!
But, war! What is it? Anyways. I wanted to come back to this cryptid because there's two different versions of this cryptid, and we covered the first version, but we touched it very slightly. We didn't really explain it that much because we were like, oh, everyone knows what this cryptid is.
True.
So I wanted to kind of come back and tell you about this version of the cryptid.
All right.
And that is, this is the Puerto Rican chupacabra.
La chupacabra.
And this one has a different physical appearance to the ones that we see in, like, Mexico and the southern U.S.
Yes.
Whereas that one is a quadruped, more looking like, you know, an animal with mange and 3, like, teeth that are sharp, you know, like a vampire. This one is different.
Yeah.
So the woman who first sighted the monster is named Madeline Tolentino, and she had an eyewitness description that was the basis for one of the most famous drawings of the chupacabra in the entire world. She said that she saw the beast through a picture window outside of her house in Canovanas, Puerto Rico, during the second week of August 1995.
Recent.
1996. Yeah, I mean, 20 years-ish. 25 years.
Don't say it like that.
It's true. So in 1996, she had an interview, and Tolentino said that the animal was bipedal, had dark gray or black eyes that were damp and protruding, running up to its temples and spreading to the sides.
Gross.
So, like, typical alien eyes or, like, fly eyes. Its height was about 4 feet, more or less. At the time, it was walking like a human on both legs. She says its arms were drawn back in an attack position as though it were like a TV monster. So it was like, blah, blah, blah. Like a T-Rex. She said it had 3 long, skinny fingers, that its arms were also very long. But its hair was rather short, close to his body, and rather well combed, in fact, is what she said. So this man's was taking care of his fucking hygiene.
Yeah, he was like, he's like, step out on the block. Looking hot. Step out on the block. Looking hot.
So, in Canavanas, about 30 citizens claimed to have seen the chupacabra, swearing that it had swooped down from the sky and leapt over treetops. So, apparently they can, like, fly or some shit. I don't know. I don't see wings, but whatever.
They just fling themselves, like, from the trees.
They're like flying squirrels.
Yeah, they're like, hee!
Apparently, in November 19th, 1995... a very detailed description of the chupacabras came from an eyewitness. On that night, the creature woke up these farmers to a pretty horrific scene. Turkeys, rabbits, goats, cats, dogs, horses, cows, all dead. With no explainable cause, just these mysterious markings that were left by the apparent blood-drinking chupacabras.
I have an explanation.
Yeah.
It had the munchies, and it wanted a midnight snack.
Proof. Let's go. So, there's a ton of other stories. Do you want me to keep going?
If you want to.
Because I don't want to leave this episode on, like, a sad note. And I have one more story, and then I'll kind of do my wrap-up of the Puerto Rican chupacabra.
Okay. Because I feel like this is good to wrap it up on. Because, like...
Yes.
Iconic.
I don't have anything after this.
Cryptid.
Yes, it's iconic. So, in the north-central city of Caguas, a startled homeowner caught the world's first fleeting glimpse of the goatsucker. It was described as having huge red eyes and hairy arms. The creature allegedly broke into the bedroom of the house through a window and tore apart a child's stuffed animal before leaving a puddle of slime and a single piece of rancid meat on the windowsill before disappearing. Imagine this is the fucking Easter Bunny, like the Krampus of Easter Bunny.
Yes.
It's the fucking Puerto Rican chupacabra. Like, he's like, nice to touch you, drink the rancid meat. Like,
I'm just picturing him just, like, being a absolute menace to society.
like,
breaks through someone's
apart.
Home into a child's door. Like, it was like... That's an ugly teddy bear. Yeet!
I just imagine, like, Lilo
instead.
and Stitch. Like, Stitch when he was being an absolute maniac. This is what I imagine. Stitch is based off of the chupacabra. Done.
Lilo and Stitch is one of my favorite Disney movies.
Me too. I remember seeing it in movie theaters when I was, like, 5. It's the first movie I saw in movie theaters. I remember sitting in the aisle while the credits were rolling.
I have a Stitch
awesome.
Funko Pop.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's angry Stitch.
Anyways, coming back to the chupacabra. I'm glad you have a Stitch Funko Pop that's angry.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's what I imagine this chupacabra looked like when he ripped apart that teddy bear.
Okay, so through the end of 1995, because apparently this was like the year of the chupacabra in Puerto Rico. The chupacabras had been blamed for more than 1,000 mysterious animal deaths, all resulting from blood loss through one or more puncture wounds. In that time, several more eyewitnesses came forward, consistently describing the creature as being monkey-like but having no tail.
Mm-hmm.
It was characterized as having large oval red eyes that sometimes glowed, gray skin, a long snake-like tongue, fangs, long spinal quills that double as wings. Okay, so we got the wings in there somehow.
Okay.
We got them in there. Some people say that they stand between 4 and 5 feet tall, hop like a kangaroo, and leave a foul sulfur-like stench. So they do be farting. And at the site of some of the animal deaths, they identified 3-toed tracks. And zoologists could think of no known animal that adequately fits this visual.
I would say
along
so.
With the 3 toes. So it's an anomaly in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Apparently in the years of 1995 and 1996.
Yeah, I would
say. This thing
say.
terrorized them.
Based off of all of those stories, I have one very important question for you that I think would be a wonderful way to wrap this up.
Okay. Yes. I do think it's an alien.
That was not the question.
Oh.
The question is, in here, it refers to La Chupacabra as the goat sucker.
I'm pretty sure that's what its name means in Spanish.
Would the Jersey Devil stand up in a fight against La Chupacabra?
That's an interesting question.
Who would win?
I think I want to say the Jersey Devil because I feel like his wings are better at flying away than the spiked quills. And he has hooves that he could kick with, but this guy looks like he has nasty little claws.
I think he's very agile too.
I think, yeah, they said monkey-like, so he'd be like jumping around and like. So I don't know if the Chupacabra was pissed. I feel like he'd win.
True.
The Jersey Devil, I feel like he could get away. I don't know if he would win in a fight.
You have to think he has that tail too, so if he wraps
and he has
him
horns.
Yeah.
Like, he could headbutt him.
I think this is a whole lot like the rabbit doesn't win the race. You know what I mean? Like, the turtle thinks it through. He's slower. He's a little more knowledgeable. And that's the Jersey Devil. But the rabbit is the Chupacabra, right? They're quick. They strike fast. So it's like, I feel like you got more of like a game of wits versus like just like aggression.
Going back to our Oracle card by Rabbit Stoddard.
Yes.
I just wanted to pull that back real quick. Just shout out to Rabbit. But yeah, no, that's all I got for the US Cryptids and our few honorable mentions.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm very proud of myself.
Yes, you should be.
This is our longest running series.
An era has come to an end.
An era has come to an end. And we're only like 50-something episodes in. What will we do next?
International.
We have ideas! I have ideas at the very least.
So many ideas.
About new mini-series that we've talked about before. So, no spoilers. But I have a lot of books about the next topic that I want to cover.
And I totally second that next topic.
Okay. Because I know we talked about it around the Halloween episodes.
Yes. And
so I want to bring it back.
This has long been a topic that's been of a lot of interest to me. So,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So, definitely going to do it. I think it's going to be really fun, really interesting. I don't know if we're going to go like A to Z or just pick randomly from the books or what. So,
yeah. I'm excited.
Yes.
I also have a couple different miniseries that I'm thinking of up my sleeve. So,
and I mean, we just came out with Tarot T and Tarot.
We did. Triple T.
And we've brought back Whispers from the Void.
We have. We have to really think about how we want that one to go, but
that one might just be very, very random and sporadic.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But we got some good stuff coming down the pipe for you, my guys.
And we're coming back to it. I started a new job. I have a way better schedule. And I'm actually going to be finished with school, so I'll be able to devote a lot more time to editing and creating content and really writing and sitting down and thinking through things rather than flying by the seat of my pants. Because I do really want to do a couple very in-depth episodes of me actually writing something.
I think you've got this.
I have ideas. So, I started writing in our brainstorm doc again.
Ooh.
Because I started getting ideas.
I love it.
So,
I, on the other hand, have just about as little time as usual, and we're just vibing over here. But that's what you get when you don't immediately do your grad program right out of your undergrad. So, the struggle. But I am so happy, really, with how we wrapped that up. Cryptids
and I
was such a
do
fun
want to
series.
say a big, big, big thank you to Dylan. He actually just created some very cool designs that we're going to be releasing on our Spreadshop page as stickers. I don't know if you want to talk about it now. I don't know when this will be released in relation to when we will release the stickers.
I say we just do like a little plug here, tease them like that just like we did, and then let the artwork speak for itself.
But I will let you know that it is related to this miniseries that we just wrapped up in a nice little bow today.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for those. We will probably be posting reels or at least stories about what we plan on adding to the Spreadshop merch page in the future.
Yes.
Very exciting. I'm very happy with how everything turned out, and I think it'll be really fun.
Agreed.
Even if you don't listen to the podcast, I think you will still enjoy what we're going to be releasing.
I think so too. And speaking of releasing and stories and all of that jazz, if you want more Wading Into the Void beyond this podcast here, be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Wading Into the Void. And we have a pretty awesome website that links right to our merchandise, which is www.wadingintothevoid.com. And Nat, how else can they connect with us?
Connect with us?
Join our Discord.
Oh, yeah. Bruh.
Brain fart.
I was like ready to do the fucking Patreon podcast for Spotifyers for podcasters, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, why don't you do that now since you started talking about it?
We have two different ways that all of you beautiful people can support us, okay? We have a Patreon. We don't really do much with it, but we may in the future. You never know. All you have to do is go on to patreon.com and search up Wading Into the Void in your search bar, and we will be the first people that show up because of our beautiful, wonderful, unique name.
Hell yeah.
And we also have another option for donating to us if you would so want to help support our podcast. And that is through Spotify for Podcasters, which was formerly known as Anchor, but now has a new name. And basically, in our profile for the podcast, there is a click here if you would like to support this podcast. And all you have to do, you can donate as little as 99 cents, literally under $1. $1 makes a huge difference because it lets us know that you support us and you want us to keep continuing doing what we love.
What does $1 do, Nat?
$1 make a holla.
Honey, boo boo chow! Every time, without fail.
So yeah.
Yeah. And until next time, Phantom Fam, remember the beautiful history of the United States cryptids. And if you so wish, join the Cryptids Preservation Society. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge. Also, we forgot to re-rate the Chupacabra. 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Damn. 9.5 out of 10. Mothmen.
Goodbye,
And
everyone.
Goodbye.